Hello, welcome back to another episode of Anchor TV Interviews. Tim Yean, sports manager for Anchor TV here. It is our first interview with one of the newly elected presidents for the Ducey Media Center organizations. He is the upcoming president of WXIN 90.7. Alongside that, he is part of Anchor TV, most notably as the co-host for the Josh Greenberg Show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jon Seguin. Jon, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Tim. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's glad to see you come into class. This is your class time.
This is my class time. I'm happy to be here, happy to do this with you. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on. So our first question for you today, how did you end up starting and then becoming involved with the student radio station here at Rhode Island College?
So I more or less just fell into it. I didn't do much student organization. Didn't join any student organizations my first year here. I just did my classes, mostly stayed in my dorm, hung out with my friends, didn't do much. Then my first semester, my sophomore year, my roommate and best friend Shane more or less forced me to do a radio show with him against my will. I mean, I was glad to do it, but I didn't really have a choice to do it with him. And my first meeting last year, my sophomore year, ended up being the same day as WXIN stock. So we had been assigned Bigs and Littles, which is similar to sorority, where you have one of the e-board or sub-board basically as your mentor, kind of. Yeah. And they showed you the ropes, they showed you the studio, they showed you everything. And Shane and I's big was Reagan, who is part of Anchor TV. He's the treasurer there. Right. You know him.
I think I do.
And so we started out there. I got showed the studio, and I immediately had so much fun and fell in love. As I said, the first day was WXIN stock. So later that day, at around 4 or 5 o'clock, we started setting up for WXIN stock, which is our big start of the year event in September, where we have like 5 bands play on the quad from like 5 to 10 p.m. It's a really fun. But I immediately got thrown in and helped out and set up where I could. And like I said, I immediately fell in love with it, and I was having so much fun.
That's awesome. Was that WXIN stock a year ago? Because
yeah, that would have been WXIN stock 2024.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not this past one, but the one before.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, all right, yeah. So, guys, I remember I was there at that WXIN stock trying to promote the Anchor newspaper back when I was a freshman. So,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. I mean, we might probably cross paths with each other, maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. What are some of your current responsibilities with the WXIN or WXIN? Is there like a preferred is it WXIN or call whatever?
It's either. We mostly refer it to as WXIN. A lot of people, if they're doing the full name, they do 90.7 WXIN, but it's more or less just WXIN. Okay. My responsibilities, so I have 2 of my own radio shows. I have one where I do on my own on Tuesdays from 3 to 4, and then Wednesdays from 3 to 4, and then I have another show on Thursdays with my best friend Shane from 4 to 5, where we review albums. As well as I'm currently our Rock Hunt chair, which Rock Hunt is our event that we put on in April. It's a 3-week event in a row every Friday, where it's a battle of the bands, basically. So we have 4 bands perform the first night, 4 bands perform the second night, and the top 2 from each night perform the final night. And it's a prize pool of 1,000 for first place, 700 for second, and 300.
And the final day is coming up, right?
Yeah, the final day is actually this upcoming Friday, and it'll be at a FET Music Lounge in Oneyville.
Oh, wow.
Or it's in Providence, but Oneyville is the suburb that it's in. Which is it's about like a 10-minute drive.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. And it's not the first time we've had an outside venue used, but it's the first time in a while that we've used an outside venue, so we're really excited.
Right. So do you for the shows you do, what are the names of the shows you do?
So the show I do for my own show on Wednesdays is called Spaced Out. I play music for just people to listen to and space out and ignore their problems, not worry about their problems, and just have fun, live their day without any worries. And then Shane and I do a show called Does the Needle Drop, where we more or less basically ripped off Anthony Fantano's The Needle Drop and add does and a question mark at the end, but he doesn't even know that. And we review albums. We used to do a 2-hour show, so we'd be able to review a whole album, but we've shortened it to an hour show. But yeah, we started doing that when I joined initially. That was the first show we did, and then I've branched out into do my own show now.
And is that a sort of live recording, like right on time as the show drops, or is that like a pre-recorded thing where It's not like prior.
So it's live. We'll be in the studio. We live stream on Twitch, as well as we have Live 365 where you can listen.
Okay.
We will be playing music. We'll be talking about the album, talking about the songs, talking about whatever we're doing, all live within the hour span that we have from 4 to 5.
All right. That's very nice to hear. I'm not personally part of WXIN myself. I'm part of the newspaper and TV, so it's kind of nice to hear from that other side of the Ducey Media Center.
Yep.
To follow up, what led you to join Anchor TV and then so forth become a part of the Josh Greenberg show?
So I kind of also fell into that too.
Yeah.
Last year, Josh is a part of WXIN. He's also started becoming a part of Anchor TV last year, and he had this idea that he wanted to do a late night talk show. And I kind of just threw myself in as a joke saying I could be his co-host.
Yeah.
And then he mulled over that idea for the summer and talked about it to me maybe once or twice. And I thought it would be fun, didn't really think a lot into it. And then the start of last year, Josh brought it up to me again, this current year, Josh brought it up to me again this academic year. And I joined Anchor TV with him, and I decided to be his co-host. We had our first show, what was it? October. Our first show was in October. We had spent probably about 2 weeks planning that, 2 to 3 weeks planning that, and it's still to this day one of our best shows that we've done.
Right.
It was the Rhode Island episode, Rhode Island themed.
Yeah, and you've done what is it like?
We've done 3 other episodes. We've done the Twin episode, we've done the Bald episode, and most recently we did Josh Finds Love.
Yep, which after
too
long
2
of
months
time,
of delays finally got out there, and I think is our best episode we've done yet.
Yeah.
And we do have another one coming up on, I believe it's the 28th. It's a Tuesday.
And that is going to be the finale, I assume, right?
It is going to be the finale. It's going to be the season finale. It's officially Josh's wedding. It's wedding themed.
Okay.
So look forward to that.
That seems like that's probably going to be my first wedding ever, so I'd love to...
Oh, it's definitely going to be my first wedding ever, so...
Or either that or very good practice. Going back to, WXIN after talking a little bit about Anchor TV, what led to your decision to run and then eventually, be president of the organization?
So, last year I had ran for both secretary and vice president. Vice president, I didn't necessarily originally plan on running for, but somebody had put my name in for vice president, so I just went for it. I was extremely nervous running for them. I knew I wanted to do this. I knew I wanted to. WXIN has an amazing community and amazing events that it puts on, and I really enjoy the community that it has built, and I want to continue to foster that. So that is my main inspiration for running for president. Like I said, last year I ran for secretary and vice president. I unfortunately didn't get it. This year, after running on that, I became the Rock Hunt chair. I have had taken on a lot more responsibilities for myself, and I've enjoyed it, and I just keep seeing WXIN grow, and I want to continue to foster its growth in its community. I want it to collaborate with other organizations, bring in more members, and just be the best organization that can be on campus.
Right, and it's obviously already top 3 because you're part of the Big Ducey 3.
The Big Ducey 3.
That's a nickname I just made up, like on the spot.
I know, I've heard it. People have called it the Big 3 before.
Oh.
I've heard it around. In SEG specifically, people have called it the Big 3.
I just added the Ducey like right in front of it, just to make it more. I don't know.
It's more official. It is the Ducey Media Center, so the Ducey Big 3.
Right. What have been some key highlights, or you put this on the record before, with a couple of your last answers. What have been some key highlights or moments for you with WXIN, and is there anything that you'd like to continue with under your vision for next fall?
So I want to basically maintain what we're doing and incorporate new things. So I want to keep our big events that we have. I want to keep WXIN stock. I want to keep having our Rock Hunt. I want to keep having our monthly live shows that we do because people love them. It forms a good community. But I also know that members within WXIN don't always join the club for these live music and for live shows. They join it for the radio and for being live broadcasts and stuff like that. So I want to also tap into that and help them. I want to encourage more diverse and well-rounded shows. My friend Patrick does a radio serial at night where it's like an old radio episode commercial where he talks for an hour and he tells a story and it's really cool. We have other people who will read a chapter of book on air, or they will watch a movie and review it after. I want to encourage more diverse shows, people to have more creative ideas, as well as I want to collaborate with more organizations on campus. I have talked to you about this before, as well as other people in Anchor TV. I want to collaborate more with Ducey Media Center. I want to have ads for organizations running on the radio, whether it be, for example, Anchor TV, Anchor News, ASA, CELD, anything like that. Anybody who has an event going on, anybody who wants to have more members join. I want WXIN to help be the catalyst to get their name out there for more people to know, and help build more community at RIC, and help encourage people to join organizations on campus, because that is where I found the most, not only fun, but experience and actual tangible things that I feel like I will use in the future within organizations, within working for people.
I mean, hearing all these ideas sound very good, sound very plausible. Most importantly, I know WXIN is a pretty, compared to the other clubs around campus, a pretty big club, right?
Yeah, it's bigger than most organizations. I believe we have around 40 to 50 members.
That might actually be
besides SEG, it might be the biggest organization on campus, I think.
So very big, a lot of members that do so many sorts of things, which is awesome for an organization. Going to the current WXIN president, Tess Sullivan, how has she helped you prepare for that role as the new president of WXIN, and what are some events or ideas that she fostered up during her time that you plan on carrying over?
So Tess has greatly helped me with everything on becoming the new president. I didn't know much about the process of our live events other than the setup. I didn't know much about getting in contact with the bands. I didn't know much about the contracts or how it goes through SCG. Tess has walked me through all of that. She's helped me understand the process. She's helped me understand how I will go throughout for the next year for recruiting other bands for our shows. Tess has also, she has helped build this community, and like I said, that's what I want to do. She was one of the first people that I interacted with when I joined WXIN and made me feel welcome. I don't off the top of my head know any specific events that she created or put in place at WXIN, but like I said, I want to continue the events that we have already put on while creating more space for people to explore and do more creative things. I want to possibly do more things expanding outside of just live music. I want to do music trivia, or this is live music esque. I want to have maybe more karaoke, where we do a live band karaoke in Don or Bistro, because they've done that before. I like the idea of having more open mics. Last semester we had a few shows. For the first hour we had an open mic where anybody could sign up. They could read poems, they could do a skit, they could do stand-up, they could do whatever they wanted. And I want to encourage more of that, because that gets more people to join in with the community. It gets more people to have fun, and it's not just live music, which not everybody goes to our events for.
Yeah. Are we going back to karaoke? Are you a big karaoke guy yourself?
I like to sing. I haven't done karaoke. Actually, ever, I don't think. But I do want to.
Is there a go-to song? Is there a go-to song hypothetically, if you know?
Ooh, that's a good question. Recently, I think it might be "My Own Worst Enemy" by Lit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I have.
All right, I gotcha. I don't know the song personally, but I assume it's a pretty good song. So just guessing. No disrespect whatsoever.
No worries.
All right. Next semester is about to see an overhaul of leadership in each of the Ducey Media Center boards. How much you plan on cooperating with the new leadership for the Anchor newspaper and Anchor TV, that being Kelsey Conroy and also Josh Greenberg?
So, like I said, I want to collaborate with more organizations. Josh and I already work very closely. We're very good friends. I want to continue to foster the relationship that WXIN has with Anchor TV and Anchor News. I want to get more people to join their clubs as well, because I know how important they are on campus.
Right.
Like I said, getting ads on a radio for Anchor News, Anchor TV, or other organizations is important, because we have our speakers that play outside of the media center that whenever people walk by, they just hear whatever's playing. So they could walk by and hear an ad for Anchor TV to encourage them to join, and it may possibly want them to join. Like I said, open mic, I think WXIN could collaborate with Anchor TV on that and do an Anchor TV WXIN open mic or trivia or something like that. And with Anchor Newspaper, I think that WXIN could help, like I said, get more people to join, but I also feel like we should help more within and get more articles within the newspaper itself, because we have all these live bands play and all these events that we have, and we do have people that write about it, and I feel like we should continue to foster that. We should continue to have people write about our events, encourage people to go to our events, and we should help Anchor Newspaper with that.
Right.
We should have somebody within WXIN who can document these events, who then can bring it to somebody at Anchor Newspaper who can either write an article, or they can work together and collaborate for an article to be put out there to either advertise an upcoming event or talk about an event that happened.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think the biggest thing or biggest improvement I could see coming off of this, fall and later, next spring semester, is a collaboration between the media clubs, because obviously that brings everyone together, and also kind of in turn gets the word out in more ways than one, right?
Yeah, it does. I'm looking forward to this upcoming year and how we will build the Ducey Media Center, and how we will grow our communities, and how we will grow the organizations itself through different events, members, and all that to come.
All right, final question of the day. To close things out, kind of touch a little bit on maybe like karaoke. I'm not sure if there's sort of a connection to that. If there's a must-listen album for everyone out there on campus to, sort of listen to, whether it be first time or maybe some cases like the millionth time, what would that album be?
Oh, that's a good question. We've reviewed so many on Does the Needle Drop, Shannon and I, that's where my mind goes to for thinking of an album. And the first thing that comes to the top of my head is it's Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by the Flaming Lips.
All right.
It's one of my favorite albums. I believe it got nominated for a Grammy for one of the songs in the albums. It came out in 2004, I think.
Okay, so
just about 20 years old. It's a really good album if you haven't listened to it.
All right, so to all the 22-year-olds out there, oh my God, 22.
20. Oh wow.
All right, now
you're making me feel old.
We're all feeling old. I can't believe I'm in college now. All right, that is the end of the Anchor TV interviews here. Once again, Tim Yean here. I'd like to thank you, John, for coming on to this show.
Thank you for having me, Tim.
Thank you. And we hope to see you next episode. I kind of improv these closings, so that's really it, and that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Take care.